Welcome along, guys. Well, just look at that beauty. I've been so excited about riding this bike. It's just been dropped off from my friends at Wheels Motorcycles in Peterborough. Massive thank you to Wheels Motorcycles for entrusting this beauty to me for a whole week of fun. So I've got this for a week, so I'm going to bring you the inside lowdown on this bike. We know it's fantastic on track. We know it's got 217 brake horsepower. We know it's got 122 Newton meters of torque. We know it's amazing. We know it's got wings. We know it's got carbon. What's it like on the road? Let's go find out. Right, let's do it. I'm really excited about this. I've only ridden this from my house about half a mile to here because I want to get my first impressions on camera because it's the first proper ride of this. Powered on, the same, it's very similar to last year's model, but basically the big changes with this bike is they've made it lighter. They've put the 1100 Tuono engine in it and tuned the bejesus out of it. Let's fire up. Oh yes, that sounds racy. Here goes nothing. Oh my word, it's an absolute monster. Oh my word. It sounds absolutely incredible. And that's with the Euro 4 on with the baffles in and everything, the cat on it. This thing's, that exhaust is fully road legal. Oh my word, the torque pickup is incredible, the way it builds power is incredible. Oh, I could just ride this all day and go on down the gearbox. Immense. Absolutely immense. I love it. They're so fast. Oh, the brakes are so good. Listen to that. Lodge it. I feel like on the MotoGP grid. Alright, while we're going through the town, let me try and give you a bit of useful information about this. So this is new for this year. This is the biggest change the RSV4's ever had, really. That big diet it's been on. As I said, 177 kilos dry, just under 200 kilos wet, 217 brake horsepower. 217 brake horsepower. The old model was 201 brake horsepower. So they banged up that extra 68 cc's, whatever it's got, has really given it a load more top end and a load more torque. 122 Newton meters of torque now. The Tuono makes 175 brake horsepower. This is 217. So you can see they've absolutely tuned the bejesus out of that Tuono motor. So it's no surprise really why Aprilia have brought this bike out. Obviously Ducati brought out the V. Oh! Did you hear that? Obviously Ducati brought out the V4 1100, and that, you know, that was top of the pack then. Top of the pack for the performance figures, way over 200 brake horsepower. So I pretty thought, hang on a minute, what can we do about this? Well, hold on a minute, don't we have an 1100 Tuono? I'm sure that engine will go straight in the RSV4. And ta-da! Very bottom end, sort of 1 or 2 grand. It feels a little bit lumpy, and then it just takes off. What a sound! It's very aggressive. The throttle response is very aggressive. I'm guessing Sport is the softest throttle map. It's got to be compared to track or race, isn't it? What I'll do, I'm going to follow this video up with at least one more video, probably more actually, as this bike's so special. Just letting you know how I've got on with it, what it's been like to live with. But I can tell you, it's going to be a hell of a week. Weight on your wrist isn't too bad. I'm feeling a little bit just through the town, but it's not half bad. I could certainly part with it. The clutch is lovely and smooth. The front brakes are these new Brembos, Stilios, Stavros, something like that. They're new. They were first seen on the Ducati V4. The Aprilia's now got them as well. I think they're just lighter, basically, than the M50. Still monoblock, still providing awesome stopping power, but just a tiny bit lighter. The suspension is full Öhlins, and it is actually, it feels really compliant, really nice, even over the bumpy stuff. Oh, it's such a, I say visceral, I think that's the word, visceral. It's such a visceral experience. The noise, it's not just the exhaust noise, the engine is quite noisy as well, especially at lower revs. I think when the valves shut in the exhaust, you can really pick up that engine noise and the rattles. It really does feel like a GP bike. And the width of it as well, with those fins down there, which I don't know about them. I'm still not convinced with wings on bikes. Whether they have any benefit on the road, I really don't know. I think you've got to be doing absolutely ridiculous speeds for those to even do anything at all. On track, I'm sure they do something, but obviously on the road, you're not going to see anything from those. Not going to have any benefit. They certainly don't seem to be keeping the front end down anyway. It's got a great finish, this bike. We're doing a pull over in a bit and I'll do a walk around of it and I'll have a proper look at it on the decent camera, but there's some nice little details, you know, the carbon, the titanium, even some of the bolt heads have got, you know, Aprilia Racing on the bolt heads, laser etched, bit of laser etching on the top yoke. And what is great about these bikes, and this has always been like this, everything is adjustable on these. You can adjust the rake and trail with different inserts in the frame. You can adjust the position of the engine in the bike by putting different inserts in the frame. The swinging arm position up and down, different inserts in the frame. They've always had that, the RSV4s, but it's quite often overlooked that, you know, this is a proper race machine. This bike has won, well, there you go, 54 world titles. Not this bike, but Aprilia Racing, and a lot of them have been in World Superbike on one of these. There she is in all her beautiful glory. It's a pretty stunning looking bike. I know that the overall, you know, it's quite an old design, the RSV4 now, but there's something undeniably sexual about it. And all these extra bits of carbon and wings on the front. I mean, I think the wing, the more I see the wings, the more I like it. It looks, I think it suits the black as well, because it's a bit like the Bat bike or something, isn't it? And they're in carbon fibre, also with the carbon fibre mudguard. The old bike never had a carbon fibre mudguard. The Öhlins suspension is very impressive. The new Brembo calipers, the factory fitted Kolapovich with all of the cat and everything. So fully road legal, all titanium. Sounds incredible once it's wound up. TTX rear shock, which is not the same as a Tuono. That is a higher spec rear shock, and of course all that matte black paint. Another thing worth pointing out, it's not changed for this year, but is the dash. It is a sexy arse dashboard on this. Lean angle display there, 7 degrees, brake pressure sensors, throttle sensors. Unbelievable. It's a sexy dash. It's quite a small TFT by sort of today's standards, I suppose, but colour, beautiful, very well laid out, works very well indeed. And it's the little details. Look at this, 1100 factory, bit of laser etching on the top yokes, beautiful Öhlins, Brembo master cylinder. Could do with some black levers. That'd be a good upgrade, wouldn't it? It's one sexy beast. Oh, okay. Let's jump back on. I know, I apologise in advance if this video is all over the place. It's quite hard to try and come out with anything sensible, with any sort of order, when you're having this bike shoved down your throat, as it were. So I do apologise if this video is a bit all over the place, a bit inconsistent. It's like, imagine trying to record a vlog while being on a roller coaster ride. That's what it's like. You cannot stop it wheeling. It's a nice anti-wheelie system as well. It doesn't just kill it and drop it. It's nice, you know, it lets it bounce up and down lovely like that. It's not like it's the one at the GSXR is not as smooth as that. It's much more aggressive the way it cuts the anti-wheelie. That is very smooth. Should we try the chug test? Let's try the chug test. So chug test is just to test the bottom end pull compared to other bikes. 20 mile an hour, 4th gear, and time it to 60. It's not going to like this because it's really high geared. I can't even get to 20 mile an hour. That's on tick over. It's going to be a pointless test. Alright, the power just starts to come in when it gets to 5 grand, and that's when it hits 60. So it is, you know, it's geared very, very high. A really high geared bike. It is something special. It's absolutely something special. It's a step above the 2017-2018 bike. A big step. It feels like getting off a 600 sports bike and going on to 750. It's that sort of step up. Oh, I love it. I just love the noise of the Aprilia V4s. There's not a better sounding bike on the planet, apart from perhaps in MotoGP. I just want to leave it bubbling just to hear it. Leave it bubbling in the gears just to hear that noise. When you ride this, it's a sense of occasion. It doesn't feel like a normal bike. It feels like something extra special. These always did feel like that, but this one takes it to another level. Oh, so much power! So much power! Oh man, it's deceptive, the amount of speed. It picks up speed so quickly, it's a bit deceptive. You've got to be really careful. Before you know it, you're doing ridiculous speeds. Oh, it's like a pussycat on idle. How quiet it is. All the exhaust valves shut. Sounds like a pussycat. Well, there we go, guys. That's it. First ride done. I'm going to go home now and sit down for a while in a darkened room because I have got sensory overload on this machine. It is an incredible bit of kit and a big step up from last year's model, without question. Okay, it may have hiked from 19 grand up to 21.5 grand now. It's bloody pricey, but it has got that full titanium system, all the other extras to warrant that price increase, and it's a hell of a bike. I'd say it's 20% madder than the old one, which was completely bonkers anyway. It's amazing, and I can't wait to spend a bit more time with this, and we'll do a few more videos. I'll bring you, as I normally do, you know, my top 5 things I like about it, top 5 things I don't like about it. If I can think of 5 things I don't like about this bike. I'm not sure I'll be able to, but there we go. If you haven't subscribed to me already, please do. There'll be more of this. There'll be more other exciting new 2019 bikes to ride. I've already been on the GSXR, I've already been on the CB1000, all courtesy of Wheels Motorcycles in Peterborough. So a massive thumbs up to Wheels Motorcycles for providing me these bikes and enabling me to do these videos, and I'm absolutely loving it. This is something special, this bike, something incredibly special, and I do feel really privileged to get the chance to spend a week riding this just from being a YouTube knobhead. It's appreciated. See you later, guys.